Good morning, guys. I'm just going to give you a few seconds for give the other attendees a few seconds to enter the room. So just just bear with me. It's great to see some regular names here. Okay, so look, welcome. Good evening, afternoon, or morning from wherever you are watching in the world. So on behalf of me and the FP Markets team, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules. So with MT4 being such a widely used platform and many newer traders showing interest in its features and functions, we thought this is the perfect time to deliver a crash course on the, shall we say, the nuts and bolts of MetaTrader 4, or more commonly referred to as MT4. Now, ultimately, this is a presentation that's aimed at beginner traders looking to unwrap MT4 and begin using basic functions. Now, this is not a presentation on advanced techniques. It's simply here to aid, or shall we say guide, new traders with MT4. Also, I want to be clear that for those interested in algorithmic system trading, automated trading, this will not really cover this. We felt this type of trading approach deserved its own webinar sometime in the future. Therefore, this presentation is more for those who focus on, very much like myself, a discretionary based approach. Now, just bear with me, guys, as usual. Just give me a few seconds to run through the disclaimer on screen. So the information contained in this material is intended for general advice only. It does not take into account your investment objectives, financial situation, or particular needs. Look, FP Markets has made every effort to ensure the accuracy of the information as at the date of publication. FP Markets does not give any warranty or representation as to the accuracy, reliability, or completeness of the information contained in this material. Look, I'm not going to go through the rest of the text, but just be aware that this is an educational presentation, and it is not investment advice. So for those who are unaware of who's behind the mic, just bear with me. This should help explain who you're listening to right now. So my name's Aaron Hill, and I'm the technical analyst for FP Markets. I have more than 12 years experience in the financial markets. I also recently received my CMT designation, and as you can see here, the CFTe was awarded to me in 2020. Look, the CFTe was essentially a qualification that I could attain given that I completed CMT level 2. I also recently enrolled on the CFA, the Chartered Financial Analyst program. I'm a candidate level 1 for that. And more importantly, look, guys, for me personally, I am a technical-based trader, a discretionary-based trader, and I specialize in price action, Fibonacci, the relative strength index, or the RSI, and of course, chart psychology. There's a question here from Gunn. Will there be a recording? There certainly will. Within the hour of concluding this presentation, there will be a recording available, either on YouTube, either through our YouTube channel, or directly through our website, which you can find under resources on the main web page, and you will find the archives for previous recordings. Okay, so in terms of today's agenda, the first basic point, look, is an introduction to one of the world's most popular trading platform. And here I will be telling you a little bit about the platform and obviously its history. Second point, creating a demo account and logging into MT4. Look, this is a straightforward process, and I do assume most of us here have opened MT4 accounts in the past, so this I will not spend too much time on this. Nevertheless, the process does only take a handful of minutes to complete. And finally, we'll be looking at the basic functions present within MT4. Look, also at the end, I will open the floor to answering any questions you may have. Look, if there is a question that I'm unsure of how to answer, or a question that requires a detailed response, I think it's better to email the attendee directly. This will avoid confusion and at the same time provide me time to conduct research if necessary. Look, during the presentation, I am also happy to take questions, so please feel free. Look, if I do miss any questions or you want to make a suggestion, please fire them over to either marketanalyst@fpmarkets.com or alternatively support@fpmarkets.com, and the research team will reply as soon as they possibly can. Okay, so just as a brief introduction regarding MetaTrader 4. Look, MetaQuote Software Corp is a company that was established in the year 2000, and according to their website, they're a leading producer of online trading software in the financial markets. I'm sure most of us are aware of this. But according to the company, the release of MetaTrader 4 or MT4 in 2005 was considered a breakthrough for the company, with MetaTrader 5, MT5 following 5 years later in 2010. Nevertheless, MT4 still remains, for many traders that I speak to, remains a go-to platform for many FX traders. Although frequently associated with currency trading, or better known as the FX market, additional financial markets are also available on MT4 through various brokers via CFDs or contract for differences. And the various markets are commodities, cryptocurrencies, equities, individual equities, equity indices, and so on. This MT4 offers reasonably clear charting, live data feeds, historical data, of course, which is very handy for price action traders, programming facilities for those who focus on system-based strategies. In addition, MT4 also boasts the largest number of available third-party expert advisors and MetaTrader indicators. So just to be clear, MT4 is actually licensed to Forex brokers globally. What the broker does is attaches their individual company logo to the MetaTrader platform's interface and therefore displays their own quotes and bids and asks and things like that. So when you click to trade on the MT4 platform, if you're with FP Markets, what that means is you're essentially it's essentially the same interface across the board. There's no difference. So MT4 with another broker is exactly the same as it would be with another broker. Yeah, so it's quite important to understand that. So what can we expect from MetaTrader 4 as a newcomer to the market? So for me personally, and this is only my experience, I believe it's a user-friendly and it's a very stable professional trading platform. And it offers a lot of customizable functionality. The simplicity, again, for me, is second to none. And I'm a big fan of MT4, to be honest. Access to the MQL4 programming language is essential for traders, of course, that focuses on automated trading. Again, access to a broad range of financial markets. Access to a broad range of analytical chart drawing tools, and this is great for comprehensive price action analysis. Also, as an addition to that, we also have a wide array of technical indicators available on MT4, of course, which I'll be showing you very shortly. And also with MT4, you have the freedom to employ a broad array of order types, allowing traders to implement trading strategies of any complexity. So we have market orders, pending orders, buy and sell limit orders. We also have buy stop and sell stop orders. So just really quickly, a market order is an order where you place an order with your broker for the next available price. A pending order is where you can actually set your limit for your price that you would accept. A buy limit order is placed below current price. A sell limit is above current price. A buy stop is above current price. That's a buy order, of course. So that's very popular with breakout buyers and things like that. And of course, a sell stop is below current price. Again, very popular with breakout sellers, breakout traders looking to short the market. And also, of course, we have with MT4, you have the option of, with many brokers, of course, the option of live and demo accounts. One final point, just off the top of my head, of course, it consumes very little in the way of computer resources. It can easily be run through a laptop. Okay, so how do we sign up to a demo account with FP Markets? I assume most of us here are already signed up with FP, either through a demo or a live account. So as I said at the beginning, I will keep this brief. Sanjay, I can see your question. Just bear with me. Can one adjust to local time on the platform? I'm not sure if you can, to be honest. That's a question I'm not sure. I don't think you can. I think you have to, you'll be working, I think you're working with the broker's time zone with this. No, I think you're working with the broker's time zone. But look, just to confirm this, you might want to contact the live support with FP Markets on the chat service, and they'll clear that up within a few seconds for you. But for me, I think you're fixed to the broker's time zone, which is, I think, for FP Markets currently is GMT +2. Okay, really quickly, look, how do we sign up to a demo account? As you can see here, this is the first page. The link here is I believe we have the link in the chat box. As you can see, for the portal. So the first page you will see, the first form you will see is very simply, as you can see, estimated time to complete, 30 seconds. Fill in your first name, last name, your email, your country of residence, your phone number, and obviously select the platform you wish to work with, MetaTrader 4 in this case. Configure your trading account password. Then select the account type, standard or raw. And then, of course, select the currency. As I'm based in the UK, so I select the British pound. And yeah, so the next screen will show you. So once you've done that, and let me just go back. Once you click Save and Next, what you'll be greeted with is this. So welcome to FP Markets. Your account number is 4423708. The platform server is demo. Okay, so it's just reminding that you are signing up for a demo account. And then it goes through a number of steps here. I'm not going to go through that because you can follow this. It's pretty straightforward, guys. But once you've done it, once you've checked your email, this is what you'll be greeted with. So your MT4 demo account is now ready to rock and roll. So please see your login details below. Aaron Hill, GBP, the leverage to my account is 501, and my account number with my trading account password. Look, very straightforward, guys. How to log into your MT4 account. Here, just click on the link here, download and install MT4. Very simple, straightforward process. And then you're really ready to go using the login details you've created. So your trading account number and your password, and then you'll be ready to go. You also have the option, of course, as you can see here, to upgrade to a live account with FP Markets. It's $100 minimum account opening. So if you feel you're ready to tackle the live markets with a live account, this is where you would do it. So I'm just going to flip things over to the client portal, because this is what you will also have access to. So guys, if you could just let me know if you can see the screen so I'm not talking to myself, just simply type Y or N in the chat box so I know you can see my client portal. If you can just, thanks guys. Thank you, Sanja. Excellent. Thanks guys. Right, so this is the client portal for FP Markets. And to access the client portal, you will see on the main FP Markets webpage, you will see a tab up here with client portal. So click on that, enter your account details, and you'll have access to your client portal. So as I said, I assume most of us here are already signed up with FP Markets, so you may be aware of this. So just bear with me. One thing I did feel I must highlight with the client portal, as you can see from the screen, we can do a number of things here. But one thing I felt that really needed to be driven home, really, if you will, is the leverage. So with a demo account, you cannot alter the leverage settings from your client portal. You cannot do that. What you have to do is you have to contact the live support. So just contact the live support with this tab here, and they will process that for you. Now, if you work with a live account, you are able to alter the leverage from your client portal. Pretty straightforward though, guys, really. So look, I'm just going to quickly take you through this, and so we know basically where we are. Look, you can add additional live accounts. You can add also, as you can see, I've added a number of accounts over the time, but you can add different accounts, demo accounts from your client portal. So as you can see, add the demo account. Quite simply, select MetaTrader 4, and then what that brings up is another drop-down tab. Look, very simple. Select your currency, select the standard, select your account type, standard or raw. This is with FP Markets, by the way, guys. And then the leverage, you can select your leverage from this point. And again, guys, just to confirm things, you enter your account password. Pretty straightforward, nothing really too challenging there. You can also change the platform password from here. So you can change your password where you enter into MT4, where you have your login and your password. You can change that here. Instead of going to the support team and going through that rigmarole, you can actually change it from here. Profile, this is where you get you can change your password to sign into the client portal. You can also change your email address. Funding, pretty self-explanatory, guys. I'm not going to go into that, but that's where you fund your account. Downloads, so let's click on the downloads button. The downloads tab. This is where you can download the different types of MetaTrader 4. So we have MetaTrader for Windows, MetaTrader for Mac, MetaTrader for iOS, mobile trading, and things like that. So yes, so this is where you can download the different types of MetaTrader. And again, guys, look, you have access to the MT5 platform, the IRS login, and also our dedicated ebooks. Also, from here, we can click on trading tools, and we then have access to the numerous trading tools on offer by through FP Markets. As you can see, we work with Auto Chartist, and I'm not going to read this, but it's basically it provides technical analysis signals and things like that. And look, you can subscribe here to receive the daily market reports 3 times per day if you're a day trader. So you can click here and go through the sign up process there. Trading opportunity charts, you can get live trading opportunities updated 96 times a day, as you can see. Research portal, another type of research there. Download plugins, guys, and look, the mobile applications. Trader toolbox, forex calculators, so you can calculate your pip size and pip value, position size, and all those good things. And if you need any help, guys, look, I would always just go to the live support there. You can simply click on the help button, and you'll have a investigation form there. Quite simply, guys, just go to the live support. They're very helpful, they're very knowledgeable, and they will get you up and running within a few seconds. So I'm just going to check if there's any questions. Okay, there's no questions on the client portal. Look, I didn't think there would be, to be honest. It's pretty straightforward. Nothing really to trouble you, I would say. Right, so I'm going to switch things over to my MetaTrader 4. This is a live terminal, by the way, so I assume you can see this, guys. And I'm going to run through the different features on MT4. So look, the main aim for me really is to provide newer traders a stepping stone, so they don't have to go through all of the reading and all of the other websites. They can simply watch this webinar, then they can approach MT4 from a basic standpoint. Just want to check if there's any questions. Andrew, I do see your question. What is the difference between the standard and raw account? Look, this is really a question for the live support, but for me, I do understand part of it. So the standard account is, oh God, if my memory serves me correct, the standard account is works with a commission and a relatively, sorry, I'm going to get this wrong, I believe. Look, I think it's best for you to confirm this with the live support team regarding that question, Andrew. Again, they will clear that up within seconds. Alternatively, I believe you can find that on the main website if you just click on account types. In fact, let me try and find this for you, because I don't actually have access to it right now. So look, just simply search on the website. It will be there. I apologize, Andrew. I don't want to give you the wrong information, so I'll just rather direct you to, there we go. Account types is the link in the chat box. As you can understand, I don't really want to provide you the wrong information, so it's better to direct you that way. Okay, so onto the MT4 platform. As you can see, I'm going to click onto the, let's go daily time frame. Right, so this is the MT4 platform. Right, so I'm going to kick things off. Let's get rid of all these drawing tools. Let's get rid of these. Okay. Right, so we are good to go. Let's get rid of the terminal. Right, so the first thing I really wanted to highlight was the Market Watch tab. So the Market Watch can be clicked, selected from this point up here. So this small tab, as you can see, with the green arrow pointing higher and the red arrow pointing lower. But if you're like me and you prefer the quicker way, just simply Control M and away we go. So we have the Market Watch tab. And just to answer your question, there was a question with the terminal, the trading platform. So as you can see here, it's now GMT +3, I believe, because we are just bear with me, GMT +3, I believe. So the terminal, the FP markets is working GMT +3, I think. Again, confirm that with the live support just to make sure. So as you can see, we have the Market Watch tab. So when you first open your MT4 account, you will likely be working with just this. This is all you'll have, more than likely. So you'll have a few major currency pairs. So as you can see, euro, dollar, pound, dollar, dollar CAD, and currency pairs as such. Now, if you want to, like me, you want to see all of the financial instruments available with FP Markets, simply click Show All. So right click, and then click Show All. So what that does is that brings up all of the financial instruments available on FP Markets. Look, you can craft this to your own personal Market Watch by going on to symbols, and then you can simply, for instance, let me just give you an example. Let's not use this one. Let's go to the Forex market. So as you can see here, when it shows the yellow tab, what this is doing is it's showing you all of the markets are available. So if you want to hide it, simply one click on the Aussie New Zealand dollar and click hide. Then that will disappear from your Market Watch tab. If you don't want the Aussie against the Singaporean dollar, click hide. Okay, so you can personalize this to your own way of looking at the market. So just to confirm, we all know how to hide all and show all. Pretty straightforward. Also, you may note that it it is color coded. As you can see, the currency pairs have a white background. The equity indices, so as you can see here, the Dow 30, the Euro Stoxx 50 is, I'm terrible with colors, so this is a gray, a light gray, I guess you could say, a light gray for the equity indices. For the energy markets, WTI, we have a light green. For the cryptocurrencies, it's a light blue. Obviously, these may be different colors to you. Just bear with me. So also in terms of the treasury yields, as you can see, we have the US 10-year down here in the gilts. This is a light pink, I guess you could say. And the soft commodities, so corn, cocoa, coffee, wheat, and soybeans, are a light orange. And as you can see, metals is a light yellow. Right, we do have a question from Robert. How do I change the time to UK time, please? Robert, I don't think you can. There may be an app. There may be something that you can apply to the platform for this, but I don't believe you can. I believe the terminal is set to the broker's time zone, which is GMT. I believe it's GMT +3 in the UK. I think you're in the UK, so we've just changed time, so it still confuses me a little bit. So I think we're GMT +3 on the terminal right now. So as you can see here, 12:26 is now 10:26 in the UK. It's 2 hours in front, and we're now GMT +1 in the UK. So I think it's GMT +3. Right. So I assume there's no questions regarding the Market Watch. If there is, please do let me know. So with the as an addition, you can also add spread. So if you really cannot be bothered to calculate the spread, I get that. You can just simply right click and select spread. As you can see, the spread is now shown via an exclamation mark. So let's make this a bit bigger. Exclamation mark. Okay, so the spread for the euro dollar currently is 0.2. So that's a 0.1 now. Okay, so 0.6, 0.7 for the pound dollar. For the Swissy yen, we have 1.4 pips as a spread. Okay, so this is an easy way to actually show the spreads of the individual securities you're looking to trade. So if we get rid of that, we can also look at the high and low, right? So click on right click, select high and low, and this will show you the high and low of the assets of the securities you're trading. So do bear in mind, this is the current high and low, not the previous high and low. So euro dollar currently has a high of 0.0934 and a low of 0.865. Okay, so these are the current high and low values, and this is for all the instruments in your Market Watch tab. It's just a handy little tool if you ever want to know the current high and lows. And that's really it, to be honest. You can get rid of the grid. Simply, again, right click and select grid, or not select it in this case. I actually prefer it with no grid, to be honest. It just looks clearer to me, and makes it a little bit easier to read, for me anyway. And that's really it for the Market Watch panel. Right, so then we have the Navigator. So let's get rid of the Market Watch. So let's simply smash Control M, and then let's Control N for the Navigator panel. So the Navigator panel as you can see, can be found by this, I think it's a small star with a file behind it. You can either click on this tab here, or simply Control N, okay? So here you'll find what terminal you have and the accounts you have, okay? So as you can see, I have an FP Markets demo account and I have an FP Markets live account. So you can see the account numbers at this point here. And look, the good thing here is if you are unsure of your leverage settings, now do bear in mind the leverage settings, as I said, can only be changed in the client portal. Okay, they do not change on each and every trade. Of course, you do have things like true leverage, which is where you divide your notional value of the position by the account equity you have. That's your true leverage, and that will change in every trade, of course. But the leverage set by your broker, 100 to 1, 30 to 1, is fixed. It does not change. Okay. The only way it can change is if you contact, go through your client portal, as I said, or through your live support. But if you're unsure of what your leverage is and you want a quick way of finding this out, simply hover over there, your account. And as you can see, this will turn off in a minute, I think, but there we go. I just want to read that out to you. So as you can see, it's a real account with $100 and it has 500-to-1 leverage. With the demo account, it's a demo. I have nothing in there and I have 100-to-1 leverage, as you can see on the bottom part of the pop-up tab. Right. So yes, any questions on the, oh, so here also we have indicators. So these are the number of indicators we have within MT4. Okay. So there are, I think there's quite a few, there's hundreds of indicators you can add. So I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration. Let's focus on the oscillators. My favorite one, the relative strength index. Look, if you just want to add an indicator from your Navigator terminal, you can do that. Simply click, drag, and drop. Configure your parameters and click OK. And there we have the relative strength index attached to your chart. If you want to get rid of that, simply right click, delete indicator. You can do that for all of these indicators here. Let's go with the ATR, just the average true range, and let's throw that in there. Quite simple. But this is not the only way. I will show you another way very soon on how to apply the indicators. I'm going to leave the expert advisors and scripts alone for now. As I said, it deserves a webinar of its own, I believe. Right. So also just to add to this, if you've probably noticed on MetaTrader 4, you have the I think it's the open, high, low, and close at the top here. And you also have it at the bottom there. If I move my mouse, it disappears. But as you can see at the bottom of the screen, you have the date, time, and the open, high, low, and close data. Now, if you just prefer an easier way to view this data, simply Control-D, and you'll get your data window up, okay? I do actually prefer this because it's very, very simple to follow. As you can see, currently, for today's data, there's your current data. So I do prefer to have this up on my platform when I'm trading. So Control-D, let's get rid of that. Control-N, let's get rid of that. Just check. Can you change the font size on the charts? By font size, I believe you mean the text, right? So let me just show you really quickly. Yes, you can see the font size there, if that's what you mean. Oh, do you mean if you mean the x-axis and y-axis? No, I don't believe you can, if that's what you're referring to. Right, so just continuing on, chart structure. X-axis is placed along the bottom panel. As you can see, let's go down to a lower time frame. As you can see, the x-axis provides you the date and the time. The y-axis provides you the securities price value. As you can see, we are currently trading on the pound dollar at 30.75. Again, pretty straightforward. Any questions though, do fire away. You can also have a number of currency pairs. As you can see, I have a number of financial instruments at the bottom of my screen. You're not limited to just one financial instrument. So if you want to add a different financial instrument, you can simply File, New Chart, and then select which chart you have. Let's go with the dollar Swiss, okay? And that will bring up the dollar Swiss chart. I will show you how to save a template very shortly, so don't be worried too much about that. Now, another key thing is the chart shift and the and these two buttons up here. Look, for newer traders, they may come into the market. So let me just explain. The first panel here is, I'm just trying to get the description up. Shift end of the chart from the right of the border. Pretty self-explanatory. So what it's doing is it shifts the data. So if you don't have this clicked, it will push the incoming tick to the far right, right up against the y-axis. Not ideal, right? So especially for price action traders that need room to work. So have this clicked down. Always have this clicked down, and this provides you a space to work with. Now, if you find that this is always happening, so you try to scroll back and it pings forward, all that is this button here. So what you've done is, if you've pressed this, it shows you that you've that what the chart will do is it will scroll to the beginning of the end of the tick incoming. So simply don't press this, okay? And then you have freedom to work, okay? And it won't ping back to the beginning of the chart. So these are the settings I use. Simply do not press this button, but have this button pressed, okay? And you'll be good to go with that. So we have a question from Bradley. How can we measure the point distance between, say, a peak and a high of a swing low? So what you can do, Bradley, is grab your crosshairs from this point here. Look, there is a shortcut, Control F, as you can see. So Control F, and that will bring up your crosshairs. We are on the pound dollar. We are on the 5-minute time frame. So look, as you can see, from this swing high to this swing low, we can simply click at the top of the high and drag the crosshairs to this point here. And as you can see here, this is 30. It's got 318, but it's 32 pips. Okay. So yes, and then you've got 15 to the side. So that's 15 bars, 15 candles within that calculation. Okay, no worries, Bradley. Right, so where were we? So we've covered chart shift and things like that. So look, if you, as I said, if you want to open a new chart, simply just click File, New Chart, or you can simply create a new chart with this panel here. Okay, much easier than going to File. Just simply click on this tab here, and that will bring up all of the currency pairs and the other markets you can trade. Right, so also, if you prefer to have your windows arranged as you can see here, non-overlapping tiles, you can click Alt-R, but look, you can simply just click this button here, and it will bring up all of your current windows that are located at the bottom of the screen. I personally do not use this feature. I prefer the, but look, if you're watching multiple markets and you have a very basic strategy, you could do this. It provides an easy way of viewing all of your markets in one go. But look, for me personally, I don't like this, so I just prefer to have access to each individual chart below. Right, so indicators. Let's go on to the indicator tab. So remember, from the Control N, the Navigator panel, we can simply attach the indicators. So drag and drop the indicators from this point. But if we're too lazy to do that, which I am, I simply go for this indicator list. So it's I think it's the plus sign. Simply click this, and then you'll get access to all of the indicators at this point here. So if you want the RSI on your platform, simply click. Again, the same pop-up window will appear. Configure your parameters, and away you go. Okay, and if you don't want it on your chart anymore, look, you can add multiple indicators. Let me just highlight that. So let's get the average true range on there. This is not something I would advise, to be honest, but you find that some chart. This is the Bollinger Bands, guys, the volatility indicator. So we have the Bollinger Bands, we have the RSI and the ATR. Okay, so and then if you want to delete an indicator, again, right click and delete. Quite simple. There we go. So we're back to square one now. Right, time frames, guys. I'm pretty sure most of us are aware of what a time frame is. So we have the periods from 1 minute to monthly. You can access from this tab, or quite simply from this tab here. I never use this tab. I always use this. As you can see, we can switch to the M15, the M30, or weekly, whatever you prefer. And pretty simple, guys. So all the time frames are available from there. Now, let me just see. Does having loads of windows open slow the performance of MT4? Maybe that could well be. I have not really looked into that, but I've had windows open. I've had multiple So on MT5, the good thing about MT5 is you can actually detach your charts. So you could, so if like me, you have a multi monitor setup, you can have the pound dollar on this screen and you can have the euro dollar on this screen. So that's one thing, good thing about MT4 you can actually detach. I'm not sure loads of pairs of charts. I mean, it may do. I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think it will affect the performance, to be honest, even from a laptop. I really don't believe so. It may affect your performance if you're running a low, dare I say it, a low quality laptop with, and you've got YouTube banging away in the background and you've got other things going on. It may then, I'm not sure, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. Right, so templates. Right, guys, I work with a very basic template. This is my template, okay? So I like the RSI on my screen. And right, so let's go back to a basic chart. Right, when we open a new, let's open a new chart. Let's go here, new chart. Let's go with a dollar CAD. So this is what you normally, this is the default, I think, with the MT4. It comes up with a horrible grid. And look, to get rid of the grid, simply right click and click grid. It gets rid of the grid for you, or Control G, as you can see here. Right, so the main point about a template is from this tab here is to, when this happens, when you're greeted with this mess, you can just simply come to this point and you can simply select your desired template, right? So you won't have to go through the process of removing the grid, changing the chart types and things like that. So to save your, if you prefer candles, let's switch to candles. So it was initially in bars. Let's sort this out. So switch to candles. If we want to have, say, a trend indicator, say if we want to have Bollinger Bands attached to the chart, and we're happy with that. That's what we work with. So all you do then is simply click on the drop-down panel here, save template, and then write in the template name and save. Let's save that as template name. Let's go back. And it should, there we go, template name. So let's try this out. Let's open a new chart, a fresh chart, and let's go with something a bit wacky. Yeah, let's go with this. Platinum. All right, so we've got the default chart has appeared. So simply click on the template and then find template name, and away we go. We're back onto our original design. So we won't have to go through swapping, changing things as and when we open a chart. For me, as I said, I like this one. That's very much my style. Window arrangement we've done. Zoom in, zoom out. So look, pretty self-explanatory, guys. Look, you can look if you can't be bothered to click these tabs, you can simply use the plus on your keyboard or minus, and that will simply zoom in. Okay, and that will give you a more magnified view of the chart you're watching, or simply click the minus and that will give you a more zoomed out version. If you prefer the tabs up here, simply zoom in, plus, zoom out, minus. Chart types, guys, we're pretty limited with MT4. We have the default is the, let me just zoom in, the bars. We have candles and we have a line chart. Now, just to be clear, you can change the colors on these, okay? And you can also change the colors on the candles. So to do that, right click. So let's go with F8. F8, and that will bring up your properties. But if you forget to press F8, you can simply right click, go to the bottom, find properties, and that will bring up your color scheme. So you have, with the color scheme, you have three options in the MT4. You have black and white, and that will give you an example here of what it will look like on your main screen. So it hasn't changed it yet, but let's give you an example. You also have green on black, which we have now, and we also have yellow on black, which is a bit funky for my eyes, especially, and it really didn't suit my eyes at all. But if you don't prefer any of these, you can alter everything from this point here. So you can alter the background, you can alter the grids. I don't have a grid anyway, but the bar up, bar down is the outlines of your candles. of your bullish candle, bearish candle. The bull candle is black, as you can see here. Let me just zoom in if I can. No, I can't zoom in with this open, but the bull candle is filled with a black color, and the bear candle is filled with a white color, as you can see here. Pretty simple stuff, guys. Volumes is in green, the ask line and stop levels are in red. So you can really alter your trading, your charts from this point. And again, guys, you can save this in your templates. Let me just show you really quickly. So if we want to change our bull candle from black to, say, let's go with yellow. Okay, and it's going to show you, I think that's the bull candle. Let's not go with yellow because that's the outline. Let's go with something a bit different. So let's go with something like orange, gold, sorry. And the bear candle, let's go with, say, red. Okay, so that should, oh, that doesn't look too good. It has changed it, but it's not a great color, right? So for the bull candle, let's just go back to properties just to check. For the bull candle, we have a gold color going up. And for a bear candle, we have a crimson color going down. Okay, so you can do this. And then what you can do once you've clicked this, once you're happy with your colors, go to your template, save template, and follow the same process. How do you, so Nick, I see you asked the question 2 minutes ago, how do you change color? I hope what I just demonstrated there has provided that. If not, I'll go over it again, no worries. Right, so chart types, we've done that. Look, for the, we also have the depth of market on the MT4 platform. It's not great. It really isn't great. I wouldn't even, I don't even use this. This is not the depth of market where you can see the orders, where you can see the order flow. This is simply where you can place orders. Okay, so if I want to, you know, if I want to buy or sell in the market right now, I can use this. I'm not going to do this because this is a live account, but I know. But with MT5, you can actually see the order flow. You can actually see the orders coming in and above and below. This is the ladder, I believe. Indicators and drawing tools. Right, let me just see if there's any questions. Oh, sorry, Sanjay, I did see that question. I forgot. Can you put the 5th decimal place in brackets? I believe we do work with the 5th. You're talking about the currency pairs. We do work with the 5th decimal place. I'm not sure what you mean by brackets, but as you can see here, we are working with the 5th decimal place. So again, I'm not sure what you mean by brackets. But some brokers do work with 4 decimal places, but as you can see, FP markets, they work with 5 decimal places, which, look, the 5th decimal place, the 5th value is simply the point, or the, as some traders refer to it as the pipette. Okay, so it's a 1/10 of a pip. Right, so indicators and drawing tools. So let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of the lines. Just bear with me. There we go. Let's keep that one on. Right, so with indicator, we've already shown the indicators, how to apply indicators, but for drawing tools, if you want to insert drawing tools, simply insert on the tab and then go to, if you're a Gann fan, go to your Gann tools, Fibonacci. I'm a Fibonacci fan, retracement and expansion. Now, the expansion tool can confuse some traders. Look, the expansion tool is used for projections, as you can see here. This is a projection, 3 points, and it can also be used as an expansion. So as you can see, with the expansion, we bring the indicator down to the swing low and then bring it back up to the swing high. And that gives you your expansion levels. But if you want projections, 3 points, guys, 1, 2, 3, and there's your projections. The Fibonacci retracement tool, sorry, if you want to delete your tools, simply right click and then click on delete. Fibonacci tools, let's go with this is the Fibonacci retracement tool, which is available up at this point here if you want to have quick access to it. So swing high, swing low, and there we go. So these are the Fibonacci retracement levels. I'm not a big fan of the Fibonacci retracement tool and the expansion tool on MT4 and MT5, to be honest. There's not much you can really do with it. You can't adapt them as you can in TradingView. But anyway, so yes, that's how you apply the some of the drawing tools. Let me just go through. So we can have shapes, right? So if you're a price action trader and you're looking at supply and demand and things like that, so we have demand here. broken down to the downside and retested as supply. So we can use these shapes, which are available here, to demonstrate that. We can also use the triangle for AB equals CD formations. That's a harmonic formation, and also to demonstrate the bat patterns, Gartley patterns, and things like that. Arrows, guys, I'm not going to go through this. The thumbs up, thumbs down, arrow up, arrow down, and check sign and things like that. Now, if you're a fan of Andrew's pitchfork, you can also use this. Cycle lines, I've never used this, to be honest, but if you're interested in this, maybe this may be something that you could use. We also have the text. Okay, so we have text. You can also write on the chart. So if you want to, I believe it's here, you can write something and you click OK, and then there's your text. And you can move this text around, okay? It's pretty flexible. So if you want to label this as demand turn supply, you can label that as such. Right, so finally on the terminal, Control T, and that will bring up your main terminal. Let me just see if there's a question. So from Sanjay, yes, but I like to look at the fourth decimal places. The fifth sometimes is confusing. I get that, but it's actually very simple. If you understand that all it is really is that a point, it's nothing. It's a tenth of a pip, 1/10 of a pip for the point or pipette. It really means nothing. I don't even focus on it, to be honest. I just focus on the fourth decimal place, because that's where your pips are counted from. But no, I don't think you can remove that. You may be able to. I've not really looked, to be honest, because it's never really affected me, but I don't believe you can. Again, contact the live support. They may be able to help you. I'm not sure, but I don't think you can. Okay, so I hope that's been enough. We have the trend lines here. If you want to, so up here we have a trend line. If you want to draw trend lines and things like that, so ascending lines and descending lines. And we also have support and resistance with this horizontal line here. If you want to approach, add your support and resistance tool, apply them to the chart. And then finally, we have the vertical lines. I've never really used the vertical lines, to be honest. But yeah, so I think that's covered most of what I really wanted to show. Oh, sorry, the terminal, guys. Look, just really quickly, terminal. Obviously, there's no live trade going on right now, but when there is, you will have your balance, your equity, your, as you can see here, used margin. Now, used margin is simply a deposit to your broker. It's not a fee or a cost. It's simply to cover any potential losses that may incur. So yes, so you have your balance, your equity, your used margin, then your free margin, then your margin level your margin percentage level. Now, to get your free margin, to calculate your free margin, it's simply equity minus used margin. Okay, equity minus used margin. Now, if you want to get your margin percentage, so you see that number, the right-hand side when you have a trade going, all you do is divide equity by your used margin, and that will give you your margin percentage. Now, if your equity and your used margin are the same, so for instance, if your equity is say $100, as you can see on my screen, but your used margin is also $100, you're in trouble, because that is essentially a margin call. Now, the broker for MT4 and MT5 will not call you. They won't call you and tell you to deposit more funds. What happens is this line turns red. Okay, this line here turns red. That's all it will do. This is not a place you want to be, of course. So what that means is if your equity is $100 and your used margin is $100 US, you now have 100% margin, which is a margin call. Now, if your equity continues to decline, it continues to decline. Now, bear in mind, your used margin will not change. It will stay at $100. But should your equity continue to decline to, say, $50, that's when the broker will automatically, in terms of FP markets, because they work with a 50% stop out level. But I hope that makes sense. So if your equity drops from 100 to 50, that's 50% gone. That's when the broker will start liquidating your positions to bring your equity back up to a reasonable level. And there's not a place you want to be, guys. It really isn't a place you want to be. I hope I haven't confused anyone here with this. Right, so we have, oh, how to set up an alert. I don't believe you can do that on MT4. I used to, I think you have to add, what are they called? I forgot what the word, an expert advisor. I think you have to, an EA, you have to add an EA to your MT4. I did have one going before, and it's simply very simple. It was like this. It was a line. So if I wanted to know when price reached this area, it would make a sound and maybe even send me an email. But I believe MT4 does have that. MT5 does have that functionality. Is there any way to set up, this is a question from Peter, is there any way to set up different pairs into multiple time frame profiles? For example, already the euro dollar. No, there isn't. I don't believe there is, Peter. I know exactly what you mean. You want to set up so you have very similar to this, right? Just imagine these 4 charts here. This is the monthly, daily, H4, and H1. I don't believe there is on MT4. There isn't, no. It's a shame, I understand. I hope that's answered your question, Peter. Freddie makes a very valuable comment. Secret is to reduce lot size to stay out of trouble. Yes, risk management, guys. Risk management is key. It's not all about profits. If you handle your risk management, you should not be getting a margin call. You should not. Okay, if you're getting margin calls, you're clearly doing something very, very wrong. Right. So, have I missed any questions? Let me just check. Right. So I think I've answered all of those questions. How to open, so we have a question here, how to open the full screen like yours. You mean this screen here? This should be this should be the default, really, to be honest, Peter. What do you mean full screen? I'm not sure what you mean. Full screen as in this screen here. Let's get rid of the terminal. If you mean this is really the default, Peter, to be honest. If you want the small screens, again, click on the small arrangement for the window arrangement thing up there. And then if you don't want that, just click on the maximize the full screen. And there we go. That will bring up, and then you can just alternate between the different markets you have. Excuse me, at the bottom panel. Okay. And again, guys, remember the templates. Make life easy for yourself. Don't make more work than necessary. Use your templates. It's much easier for you, much easier in your trading life. So what's the lowest lot size in futures, indices, and Forex? The lowest lot size for FX. So I'm mainly an FX trader, Robert. So for futures and indices, look, for the indices, I believe it's 1 lot, which is a pound for British, for anyone from England. It'd be $1 for anyone in the US. That's the indices. For Forex, of course, you work with different lot sizes, right? Again, you still work with different lot sizes with the indices. You have the standard lot, mini lot, and micro lot, but they're a little bit different from FX. So with the indices, a standard lot equals $1 or 1 pound, 1 GBP. For FX, you have the standard lot, you have the mini lot, and you have the micro lot. Now, a standard lot is 100,000 units of the base currency. So we have the pound yen on the screen. The pound is the base currency. The yen is the quote currency or term currency. And if you trade 100,000 units of pound yen, you're trading 100,000 units of British pound. And if you're trading a mini lot, that's 10,000 units. You're trading 10,000 units of the GBP. If you're trading a micro lot, you're trading 1,000 units of the base currency. Now, if you're trading a nano lot, this is not something FP Markets offers. Some brokers do, I believe, and that's simply 100 units of the base currency. So it's 100 GBP. Very, very small amount to trade. Right. So with that being said, Some indicator. Okay, question here from Freddie. Some indicators freeze up the chart, and trying to remove it is problematic. Well, I have no idea about that, Freddie. I'm so sorry. How do I get rid of the freezing? That's strange. That shouldn't happen. It never happens with me on MT4. I've never had that happen. Maybe contact the live support. If it's with FP Markets, contact the live support and see what they can do for you, because that's never happened to me. Sorry about that, Freddie. All right, so I'm going to spin things back to the slides just really to wrap things up. Right, so any questions that I've missed, or I don't believe I have. I think I've got around to all the questions. Look, as always, if there are any topics or suggestions regarding this presentation or future presentations that you would like to see, please be sure to send your suggestions to either support@fpmarkets.com or alternatively alternatively market analyst at fpmarkets.com. So upcoming webinars, guys, we have MT4 versus MT5 on the 14th of this month, again at the same time. We have FX margin and leverage, and these are two key components that traders must understand. Do make sure to register for that, guys, because that is really, really important. Margin and leverage. I know we all want to get to the charts and we all want to trade, but understand, you have to understand the dynamics behind this business. So understanding FX margin and leverage is a key component. And then finally, on the 28th of this month, we have trend lines and how to apply trend lines correctly. And that, again, at the same time. Also, as usual, guys, we have the Telegram channel up and running every day. Please do sign up for that. There will be a link in the chat box, and we'll also, and you can alternatively, you can go to the main website and simply find the sign up tab at the bottom left-hand corner of the website. I just want to check if there's any more questions we have before I sign off. You're very welcome, Sanjay. Thank you. I'm glad it's useful. You're very welcome, Peter. Yeah, thank you, guys. That's excellent. So look, I really hope this has been informative for you. Again, any questions, guys, please do fire them across to the market analyst email, and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can with a more detailed response if required. So on that note, guys, thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day or evening or afternoon. And yes, I really hope, as I said, I really hope you took something from it. So have a great day ahead, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.